reverse of everything that is normal becoming abnormal.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
$35192. Send me a text. AlanCoxShow.com. All the other stuff. Thanks to Krista Pert Dobwin for assisting in the live stream today.
Crazy, Christopher Dobwin.
Yeah.
Which is probably not as common as Krista Pert Dobwin.
I would imagine that Krista Pert is probably more.
It's
but again, it's regional.
Yep.
So it depends on where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians play tonight. Ooh. Within the hour. Get into your pregame. 7:10. Right around the corner here at Progressive Field. It's where the Cleveland Major League Baseball team plays when they're here at home. Tonight against the LA Dodgers, who are in much sunnier climes than back home right now. And so 6:40, right after we roll out, is when the pregame will get going. Your Cleveland Guardians with Tanner Bibby?
Bibby.
Tanner Bibby is hunkered down there, right? He's the catcher? Is that what I'm being told?
I don't even know.
What?
So.
How do you know it's Bibby?
I've heard it.
Oh.
I've heard it been said, but
okay.
I have not kept up with the Guards much this season.
Okay. Well, your starting lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers is going to be Bobby Miller. Didn't Noah Syndergaard come from the Dodgers?
He sure did.
Oh, so those guys are going to be giving him a skunk eye or patting him on the butt.
I butt skunking him. A little skunk eye, a little butt pat.
Mookie Betts, as Bill said earlier, he's like your big guy on the Dodgers right now, right?
Yeah. Or what Mookie's short for?
Mukirus.
I think it's Mukina, isn't it? Oh, no, these are, sorry, I was looking at another team, not the Dodgers. David Peralta, Miguel Rojas. Anyway, whatever. So Dodgers, Guardians tonight. We have a lot of bureau chiefs in the great state of Missouri, and specifically in the city of Kansas City. We have bureau chiefs not only on the Missouri side, but on the Kansas side. We have Adrian in Kansas City. We have Kyle in Kansas City, Missouri. We've got Carolyn in Kansas City, Kansas. We've got Catherine in Kansas City, Missouri. Boy, it's really confusing. But Kansas City is going to be the first city in the country to build a stadium solely for pro women's sports.
Hey.
This is the brainchild of their Major League Soccer team. Co-owned by one Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Kansas City Current there. And they're going to be moving. Now, with all due respect, the stadium looks like it has the seating capacity of a high school basketball gym. But to have a dedicated stadium for female pro sports right there on the river, it's not too shabby. They're still trying to blow up soccer in the United States, at least as a fraction of what it is overseas.
What's got me interested in soccer more than Messi coming over here or anything else? The Hell is Real Derby, where Columbus plays Cincinnati, and they call it the Hell is Real Derby.
Why did they call it that?
Because of the Hell is Real sign that's on 71 between Cincinnati and Columbus.
Gotcha. And Columbus won.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's such a funny name for a rivalry. Like the Ohio Cup for the Reds versus or I think is the Ohio Cup the Reds versus Guardians, or is that the one that
I thought it was Browns
for the Browns Bengals? Whatever. It's not as good as
Battle
Hell
of Battle of 71 or Battle of Ohio.
Ohio Cup is Guardians Reds.
Yeah, okay. Ohio Cup's that one.
Battle of 71 is Browns Cincinnati. Did I make that up?
I don't know. All I know is The Hell is Real Derby is the winner.
So
names.
Hell is Real is a billboard between Cleveland and Columbus?
Yeah.
It's on 71.
Okay.
It's between
Cincinnati
and Columbus. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got like the red. The H is like outlined with red, and I think the R is too. I don't know. It's just like a weird kind of very ominous sign.
I think it's funny.
It's very funny.
For there to be people who believe in hell in the 21st century, and then to spend the money on a billboard to try to convince you of that belief.
It's a guy that put it up on someone's like private farm, so it's not like an official billboard. It's just something they're like, hey, we're trying to get the word out about hell.
In case you hadn't heard of it.
Yeah. So
we need you to know that it is indeed
looking
real.
for some collaborators here, and they found someone.
For those of you unfamiliar with the concept of hell, yeah, okay. Well, Columbus Crew beats FC Cincinnati 3-0. Wow. They took them down. So hell is real for the Cincinnati Football Club there.
They learned firsthand.
Sure did.
How scary it can be.
Yeah. Well, they pack them in, don't they, at that Crew Stadium?
Oh, yeah.
But in Kansas City, the Kansas City Current are hoping that, because that team is starting to blow up. So they will play in a brand new stadium in 2024. The first built exclusively for professional women's sports. And so obviously they're hoping to have a packed stadium. I don't know what the capacity of it will be. Oh, there it is. 11,500. I think that's a reasonable capacity. As much as people don't like to hear it, women's professional sports are just not as big of a draw. And there's a billion reasons for that, I guess. I worked for a number of seasons for the Chicago Sky. And boy, you were just paper in those games. And they were in a huge arena. Mm-hmm. They were in a 20,000-seat arena. And you had to paper the piss out of those games to get it half full. It's fun. It's a good time. But 11.5 sounds like doable in Kansas City. Now, I have to think that there will be you're going to have concessions and things. I would think that there would have to be some kind of barbecue contingent at Kansas City Stadium there.
I mean,
have you heard that Kansas City's known for barbecue?
They like barbecue there.
Boy, they do. They sure do. So anyway, that's what's going on there in Kansas City.
This has been the Alan Cox Show, pandering to soccer fans.
And the Hell is Real tournament, of course. When was that? A couple of nights ago?
Yeah, it was Sunday night.
Yeah, okay. But you didn't go.
No, I didn't go.
Oh.
But it's like just hearing about it. Like, this is the first year I ever heard of it. I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Like a fun rivalry.
This is the first year that you'd heard of it. How many years have they been doing it?
Since
we know that?
2017, I believe.
Oh.
So it's rather new.
All right. Alan, did you see the lady in Florida who tried to kill her husband with Raid? I did not see that. Boy, people are really, and I don't want to be unnecessarily controversial, but the trying to kill people is just not going away.
Tale as old as time, man.
It is catching on like wildfire. This girl comes home and tells her boyfriend she wants to have a nightcap. This is the father of one of her 4 children. And she calls the guy and goes, "Hey, I'm coming home from the bar," and wanted to have a nightcap with him. They have she's 29, the guy's 24, and they have a 1-year-old. She has another kid with another guy, and then a couple other with whatever. So she comes over, and he starts to feel sick. And she admitted to him that she had sprayed Roach spray in his last 2 drinks.
Jesus. Dude, pills. Antifreeze.
Every
time.
I mean,
Crush up
antifreeze.
the pills.
Doesn't antifreeze taste sweet or something? Isn't that where they were finding for a while and it wouldn't show up? And,
Yeah. That's why I got to put it.
I mean, I guess you go to war with the army you have, and maybe she just went into the garage and found some of that ant roach spray. But
all Mary does is read books about people killing each other.
Pills.
So that's the way.
Crush
Listen to
up
her.
pills.
That's why somebody
as many pills
needs.
as you can crush up and put them in there.
That's why Brian sleeps with one eye open, just like that Metallica song.
With one eye open. Is that one? The one?
That's the Creed song.
With one eye open.
That's the Creed song.
Pretty sure it's a Metallica song.
Yeah.
That's the Metallica Creed song that you're thinking of. The man became extremely ill and could not speak without vomiting. I think she.
I feel good.
It's like Mary during Perez Hilton.
Sir, can you tell me what happened? I think she put bugs. There's a can of Raid there, sir. Could there be? I think she put the.
She raped you?
No, she put a can of Raid.
I don't know what a can of rape is, sir. Like, is that like a can of whoop ass?
She sprayed a can of rape in my drink. How much clearer can I make it? The victim had been recording her. See, this is the situation that is so strange to me. These people who know someone else is trying to kill them or poison them, and they hang out with them and
They
they
can't
have
prove
drinks.
it yet. He's trying to get proof so she can go to jail forever.
But then why are you drinking the drink?
Proof.
You're thirsty.
Yeah.
If you don't drink the drink, then
If you can't walk the walk, don't drink the drink. He gave police a recording of her admitting to spiking his drinks with ant and roach spray. Now, in her defense, it does say there's no lingering odor, and it is labeled as having an outdoor fresh scent. So she probably thought, hey, this guy isn't going to smell anything, and he's just going to feel like he's outside in the front yard having a pop.
all I gotta say is I thought I saw a roach in his drink.
My bad.
I'm really sorry.
I thought there was
Or
a
an
roach
ant.
in there.
It's ant and
Or-
roach spray. Yeah, even better.
The first one was a roach. Second one was an ant.
Yep. I murdered 2 flies in here this morning, by the way.
Nice job.
And it was
Nice
driving
job.
me crazy. I'm looking around for this thing to like light somewhere. I'm like, just somewhere. It ends up, one of them anyway, ends up like landing on the side edge of the console here. Not on the top,
Snapped it.
like on the side that's perpendicular to the ground. I did. I smacked the crap out of it.
When I lived in my slumlord apartment, I told the landlord when I had the flying ant problem. First thing he did was ask me if the cat brought them in, like they were fleas. If my indoor cat caused a problem with flying ants.
That's a legitimate question to ask of any cat owner.
If flying ants came in on my cat,
The reason people
my indoor cat.
he doesn't know it's an indoor cat.
Well, I told him it is.
Well, you could be lying.
No.
People sometimes
First,
lie.
and
I think
flying
anybody-
ants are not transmitted by people or animals.
What are you, a flying ant expert?
They have like nests and stuff. They're not fleas. They're not ticks.
Doesn't mean that your cat couldn't have brought them in.
Well, and then he handed
Anybody
me,
who has a cat fundamentally doesn't want to pay attention to their pet that often. They want to let it go do its thing.
Are you listening to what you're saying?
Yes.
Cats are not a conduit for flying ants.
How do you know that?
Science. Google. Google it.
Are cats a conduit for flying ants?
No, they are not.
Not a
Science.
conduit, more a vessel.
is a liar sometimes.
But then he handed me the most beat up old, what looked like Raid, but it was in Spanish.
Yep.
And he was like, use
El Rado.
this. Use this. Spray this all around the house. I was like, I feel like this is going to make me and my neighbors sick. So I called an exterminator.
Most ants are harmless to cats, which means they're not going to be bothered by the presence of them, which means they're going to bring them into your house unencumbered.
No,
You're welcome.
that's not what that says.
I'm reading it verbatim.
Not
It
a
even
regular ant.
It
A
even says
flying-
you're welcome in
Flying
Google.
ants are different. Flying ants have a queen and stuff.
Ooh. Yes, Queen. Okay. Well, this person posted that their cat brought in flying ants.
No, did not.
The title of the post on the catsite.com is Flying Ants. I'm
So
looking
the cat
right
was
at it.
covered in flying ants.
I didn't
and
have
they
to
brought it
dig
in
into
the house.
LexisNexis here. It's the first thing that came up.
Okay. What were you guys tell yourself, man?
But I don't have a cat, so I don't care. What I'm saying is if I'm the landlord, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. How do you know it's not a your cat? Isn't that what he sounded like?
Yes, because cats don't bring in flying ants.
Cats don't bring in flying ants. All right. So you're saying it was he was trying to come up with an excuse for not taking care of it.
Right. And then the exterminator came and was like,
Are
"No,
you sure it was flying ants? Could it have been a termite
No, they were
swarm?
flying ants.
Flying
And
ants.
The guy, the exterminator came in and was like, yeah, these live in the walls. These don't come in.
Gross.
Yeah, these don't come in like a tick or.
They have to be invited in like a vampire.
Right. You have to escort them in.
Right.
Give them a home, a place to stay.
Flying ants.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're big, dude. It's
Well, yeah,
like
if they're living in the
off-putting
walls.
how big they
and,
are.
you know. Okay. How to get rid of flying ants. Ugh.
Mexican raid.
Ugh. Flying ants are found in the home for the same reason as crawling ants. They're sources of
Cats.
food
Oh.
and
Cats.
food and moisture. So you had a lot of food and moisture in
Yeah, I
your
did.
in your garden apartment,
My
your
moisture-
boiler room apartment.
My moisture was food for those interested.
She put Raid in my cup. Flying ants are a nuisance, but not dangerous.
No, they don't bite or anything.
But you still don't want them
No.
flying around.
Even if they don't bite.
And then when
Because-
they die, they're just all over the ground.
Well, and by the way, since they don't bite, obviously he wouldn't have any concern for you, but I would imagine he'd have concern for something in the walls of his property.
You would
Nah,
think.
you'd think.
Right.
This is the guy that-
Hey, get out of my
this
walls!
is the guy that's like, just, you don't need water.
Hey, my water doesn't work. Yeah, you're not gonna have it for 3 days. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, I turned off the water.
you're not gonna tell us that?
What's the
I
problem?
tried a new rag on this pipe. It should be working now.
I put a C-clamp and a piece of foam on it. The best permanent solution is a temporary solution. Structural damage and collapse if the infestation is large enough. Wouldn't it, though, give you no small amount of satisfaction to drive by where you used to live and see that it had been collapsed by flying
Condemned.
ants? Yes. By a flying ant infestation. Wouldn't you
there's
just...
people that live there, so as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
In this
Everyone's gone.
scenario, they
Everyone's
all
gone
got
when it
out.
happens.
Yes. They all got out, went to the same show. They all ended up having dinner at the same time. It just so happened that when they were gone, the whole place came down around
He'd be mad at me, dude,
those flying ants.
because I had I
Hey,
called the city when he shut the water
Santora!
off.
Hey, what do you do with the ants?
He had to replace all the pipes under the ground and everything,
Yep,
and then everyone's rent went up.
that's right.
What a
Replace the
nightmare.
peepays. Alan, I found a flying ant on my dog. No reason it couldn't be on a cat.
It may have landed on your dog. It didn't attach to it and suck its blood.
Please tell Mary that all ants have a queen.
You're a queen.
Yes, queen. Fashion night of the rubber ducks. I got a break. Hey, want to get the last word in before your Guardians pregame gets going? You can shoot a text 35192 and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeart